Hi guys, here is the video that I tried to make last week that I was having so much trouble with. So here we go. I used 1-inch strips in various backgrounds to do this card, and we'll do one right now so you can see what I'm talking about. This one, I'm going to use 1-inch strips, and the length doesn't matter because we're going to cut them, and you'll see that. And then on this one, I've added 1¼ inch, 1¼ inch mats. I got to wake up here. I'm going to quickly put these on. I should have done this earlier, but... So let's hope with no computer glitches today. There, so there's 3 that are 1 inch. And put on a 3... and then there's 3 that are 1¼ inch for the mats. Then I'm taking a mat. In this case, this one, the mat was 4 by 5¼ because I just used 1. This one, I'm going to use 2. So this is 3 3/4 by 5. And we're going to put 2 coming from the left and 1 coming from the right. And I'm leaving, let's see, I'll put this on first and then you get an idea of what I mean. There. I'm leaving about a 1/2 inch on the top, but more on the side. And it's overhung because we're going to cut it off. And we're going to match this one up, coming the same in the bottom and the same over there as the top one. So the top and the bottom one will match, whichever direction you decide to take it, like so. And then your middle one, whoops, it's a little crooked. Your middle one is going to go from the opposite side, and then you'll even it between the 2 that you already have there. And there'll be less space on this one because I'm using 2 mats, so the mat is smaller. There. So that's what you've got there. And then you're just going to turn it, flip it. I flip it so that I can see better where to cut it. And cut the overhang. There, and that's what we've got so far. And then I've got a mat that's 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm going to put this on it. Like so. And then this is going to go on the base card, which is our regular 8 1/2 by 4 by 5 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. A2 size. And there is our base card. So in this case, I'm just going to put 1 embellishment on, and it's a hot air balloon to go with the hot air balloon papers. Oh, wow. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I just did not. I put this on upside down. My hot air balloons are going upside down. So this is a good sample, but it will not be going to anybody. Maybe somebody that I hope you have a right side up day or something, but no. So, all right. It happens to all of us, right? Me more than others, I think, but okay, so I'm just gonna slant this. And that would be my card if I were going to send it out. Okay, now let's see about the samples that I did do correctly. This one I used no mat and just the 1-inch strips. And then I added butterflies to it and just added some butterflies on the inside. This one is that new paper that I love so much. And I used no big mat, but a mat behind each one. Remember, the strips are 1 inch, and the mat for the strips is 1 1.25 inch. And then I put on one of those pop-out things that come with that paper. And then I just put the strips on the inside. This one, I just use cardstock for the strips, but I embossed the cardstock. I added a greeting and punched out a die-cut leaf embellishment and a cut-out flowers from the paper. And then just added a strip on the inside. This one I went back and used a whole mat, 4 by 5.25. Used just cardstock, which is 1 inch wide, and then cut out circles, added a greeting and 2 frogs. Now this one I started out using these and embossed them, but when I put it on that paper, I thought it was too busy. So I went to the plain strips instead, but that's a matter of taste. And the last one, I used the bee paper that I have, and I used 2 different DSPs, one for the strips and one for the mat. And then I cut a different shape and added a greeting and 2 bees. And then I added just a bee on the inside. So I hope you give this a try. It's a good way to use some of your leftover scraps from papers that you love. Let me know how you do, and thank you for watching. Bye.